Welcome to DPS.gg. We are your personalized damage simulator for Destiny the game.
Hi, my name is Lucas McDonald, and I worked alongside Jacob Pellegrin, Mason Januowski, and Nguyen Truong, and we are the group DPS.gg. Having the wrong tools for the job can be quite frustrating, like using a power drill to hammer in a nail. This makes the completion of a job less efficient, and just knowing that there's better tools for the job out there makes you wonder how much easier it'd be with those tools. This phenomenon occurs frequently within games, especially within the video game Destiny 2, where a current player's loadout can become irrelevant just by switching which mission they are going to complete. That's where we come in. We allow players to test to see if their loadouts will be effective before going into the mission, allowing for an overall enjoyable experience for them and the players around them.
DPS.gg is a third-party website application for the video game Destiny 2. For those that may be unfamiliar, DPS stands for damage per second and is a metric for tracking how good players are. DPS.gg simplifies the damage calculation and testing so players can compete in in-game challenges without dying and restarting from their last checkpoint. Provide a friendly and elegant environment for players to safely test their equipment.
Hello, everyone. I am Mason Januszewski, team member of DPS.gg, and I'm doing the demo for DPS.gg. So here we have our home page. We have a Get Started button for people's first time, and an Import from Share Code box where you can import and share your loadouts that you create in our application. So to get started, we're going to click the Get Started button, and we're going to log into our Bungie account. For me, I play Destiny 2 on Steam. I'm going to log in through Steam. Sign in. And now the website is updated for my login. So here we have our loadout page, which will show the 8 in-game items that our character is holding. So first, I'm going to show off the automatic API polling. This does take a little bit of time as the application is communicating with Bungie's API and our server. And as that information comes in, it's pulling all sorts of information like item names, item stats, where it is in our loadout. As we can see here, loadout page has been updated with our current loadout. So let's say I wanted to also change something in this loadout. We can do that. By clicking any of the icons for any of the 8 items, a search bar will appear, and you can type in the name of another weapon and submit it to our loadout, and the application will update it accordingly. And what it does when you're manually updating it, it's only pulling the information for the specific item you're searching. So it doesn't take as long as it does to, let's say, like pull our full inventory, since it's only worrying about one item instead of multiple items. And this functionality allows our users to be able to build their own loadouts without signing in, as you can just enter in manual weapons for everything, or use their current in-game loadout. So we're now that we have our loadout done, we're going to go to the simulator. The simulator is an interactable page that has these 6 tiles up here for fire, reload, switch to weapon 1, weapon 2, weapon 3, and a wait timer. So from our origin tile, we're going to start the starting weapon as the primary weapon. And I'm going to click the fire tile, and you can connect these tiles here. And by typing in some letters like HH, which in our firing sequence means 2 hits, you can save it, and it'll give you the current time in milliseconds, your current damage for those shots, and your DPS, which your DPS is damage per second. Your current damage is your overall damage throughout this entire tree sequence. And this sequence can branch off to other trees, other nodes, and it'll keep track individually of each pathway that we are creating here on the side, and it'll display exactly the damage values that are expected by going down these paths. And when you're all said and done, you can click save, and here you can create a code here, and this is the share code that the website will create so that you can share your loadout and your tree simulation with other users and put it back in the box that we see up front. And that is the demo for DPS.gg.
Hello, my name is Win, and I'd like to go over some technologies that we utilize to create the project that you see in the demo. For one, 100% of the front end utilizes React with 3 core libraries at its center. React Draggable and React X arrows were used in the SimGUI to control the tiles that were dragged around, as well as the arrows that are drawn in between them, while React Router controls navigation for the entire website. This does mean that our project runs completely client-side and comes with the JavaScript built in to make Bungie API calls on our behalf. This ensures that if we were to ever push this project to market, the amount of server costs we would ensue is very little, as we wouldn't be serving as the middleman between the user and the Bungie API. And thus, that concludes the presentation on our project. We've worked really hard over these past 2 semesters to create a website that we really feel will allow users to get into this more difficult content, where they want to create their own simulations through the items that they've already acquired or items that they are hoping to acquire in the future. They can do that here. However, if they do feel like someone else smarter can do that for them, they can always have a simple copy and pastable code instead. And before we leave off, I'd like to thank the School of Computing for giving us this opportunity to create a capstone that we really feel we can be proud of. And I hope that you will see us at the demo day on Wednesday.